Hi everybody and welcome back to LUNDY'S Wire Camp Stroke Bushcraft. As you can see, I'm back out in the woods. I'm on a solo camp doing minimum kit. I haven't got a big burner out. All I'm kind of kitting is my JJ's Commander's weapon, and on the back of it, on the yoke, I've got a 511 pouch. I'll talk through all the bits and pieces of my kit that I've brought out later on, but it's now about 10 to 4 in the afternoon, so and it's getting a little bit dark. We're due some rain tonight, and I think it's going to be really heavy rain later on. So the first thing I need to do is I need to find, I've got a rough idea of where I'm going to be sleeping. I need to get a tarp set up, so at least I've got some cover outside of the rain. Like I say, I've got minimum kit, alright, and I've got a new bit of kit as well to test out. 2 bits actually, from different companies, but one of them I'm really looking forward to trying out. But anyway, the other bag that you've seen us carrying is a British Army ammo pouch bag. Inside of here I've got a tripod, I've got me a little sit mat wrapped around on the inside of it, which I'll look at later on, and then the other bag is all my electrical gear, okay, stuff I use for videoing and everything. So basically I didn't need this if I wasn't videoing fires, alright, apart from a head torch and the sit mat. So anyway, I'm going to stop waffling, I'm going to get a tarp up, alright, and I'll speak to you a bit later on. Anyway, that's my setup done. So I've just got a fly-in A-frame again, but it's not as thingy down, it's a bit more wide, so I've got a lot of room to work under there. I'm not going to be setting my bed up or anything yet, like I said earlier on, because first of all what I need to do is I need to do some wood prep underneath there. The rain's starting now, it's not really heavy at the moment, but what I've done is I've went and got all the branches. Let's put a light on. I've got loads of lights because I knew I was going to be in a dark situation. So I've got all the branches that I've cut off the tree under there, and then I've got this under here. I've had to cut this little thin tree down because when I went to tie something on it, it was just pulling it over nearly. So it's dead as a dodo. So I'm just going to process that, cut it into chunks, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do with that, and then I can neutralise it later on if I need to. But as you look around, there's absolutely an abundance of very nice dead standing trees up against the tree, nice and dry as well. There's tons of them there, and absolutely tons down there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go around and just collect a load of them and shove them under my tarp on the ground at the side, and then if it starts pouring down rain, I can process everything underneath my tarp. I've got a new little firebox that's being sent out by a company. We'll talk about that a little bit later on. And also I've went and been sent out a new type of hand warmer of another company, which I've never seen before, and I think it's really, really good actually. So we'll talk about both of them items later on. I'm going to just get some work done off camera, okay, get some bits of wood and that put in, and I'll see you when I start processing underneath me shelter, because I don't want to get wet. I need a drink as well. So anyway, I'll catch you in a bit. Right, well, so as you can see, I'm starting to process some wood. I've got quite a lot. Just turn you around, just down here, laying down. By the time I process all that, it's going to be happy days. Alright, so I've just got the pocket boy, silky pocket boy. Okay, I think that's what that one is. Yeah, silky pocket boy. Don't know if you'll pick it up on the screen there, but it's working a treat. I've never used it for ages, so I'm just processing all that. What I'm going to do with the big tree is I'm going to try and cut it into some chunks so I can lift it up on top of each other, and then get some of the thinner ones and make myself some sort of a seat. And then at the end of the night, if I need more wood, I can just use that to cut. Saves it's just sitting on the ground, because all I've got is a tiny little mat. But at the minute I'm using that to kneel on, and I'm also using it to put any of the little twigs that I snap off the trees that I've got. Not a single one of them needed cutting down, apart from the one that was in me in the way of me shelter build, which was a dead standing wooden anyway. So it's got a lot of nice little thin branches on it, so that'll help for to get the fire going as well. Right, well, it's about 6 o'clock at night now. I've just been processing some wood. I've had a little bit of chat with Rooney on the phone as well, see how he's getting on with his hiking down in the Lake District, and everything's going great. So anyway, while I've been off camera, I've been cutting loads of wood. I've got tons. I always do, like, but I've got loads of little chunks there, loads of little twigs, and I've still got the twigs that I've chopped off the trees to snap up as well. Alright, and I've cut up a couple of bits here. I've got some stakes down here. What I'm going to do is, this is quite a nice little seating area, so there's a big massive stump there. It's a bit rotten like, but what I'm going to do is, on either side of it, I've went and cut some of these, and as you can see, I've cut them at an angle so it causes a bit of a point. I haven't trimmed off all the bits yet, I've still got to do that. I'm going to knock 2 stakes into the ground, and I'm going to use them bits that I've got there to make a small little backrest, and then I can have this bit on the floor. So basically my seat will go here, and I'll have a backrest leaning back over that way. Right, well, so now it's time to get the chair set up. So I've got some bits down at the right hand side here, which are going to be the actual backrest part, and then I've got 4 stakes here. I'm not sure if I'm going to need them all, like, but anyway, I need a wacky stick, so I'll use one of the backrests. Now obviously I've got my tarp up, so my tarp's going to be a little bit close to it, but all I need to do is put my head up and just keep whacking it in. I can feel it hitting up against the tree stump. And it's going into the actual stump as well, so that's happy days. And I've got another bit here. Same again, head up to keep the tarp out of the way. Oh, that went in much easier. It's not exactly... Oh, it's not very... It doesn't have to be mega high. It's just enough to get me the small of me back on. And as you can see, I've got like a bit of a stump here, but it's rotten. So all I'm going to do is, I'm just going to get this here. I'm just going to, and that'll give us a little bit of a nice slope. Right. Right. Is that going to stay on there? Tell you what, let's flatten that down a bit. That'll cause a little bit of a gully in there way for the first one to sit in. That one, because they're leaning back slightly, it's going to be all about gravity this. Obviously, got a couple of little bits that I've got stumps on, so I'm just looking for the better bits. That's a better bit there. That one's coming slightly forward. That's a bit better. Use my wacky stick. Right, that bit can go on the top because that's, I don't know if that's going to stay like. Anyway, let's test it out. What I might have to do is I might have to get a bit of string out and use it on there, but I'm not really sure yet. it's just a little bit of a backrest. Put that like so. Now for the test. Hey, that's quite comfy, that. It's just not to take loads of weight, but it's just for the backs of your shoulders to rest on. So when I'm sitting here, I've still got about a good, say, 20 centimeters, 30 centimeters underneath the side of the tarp. So that's enough there. I can have the fire roughly where the camera is. I can have some wood to my side here, and I can just keep feeding it, and I didn't have to get up and move. I haven't got a table or anything, but it's quite flat here, so I'll be able to put my drink here. So that's it, backrest done. I might do a little bit of adjustments to it off camera, a bit of cordage or something, because I have got a bit in my kit. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go through the kit and see what I've brought. Alright? Right, so what we're going to do now is just going to quickly go through briefly what I brought out for tonight in my JJ's Commander's webbing, plus my small pouch on the back, which is a 511 side pouch. Okay, but first of all, my jacket that I've got on, I always carry my working gloves in one pocket, which is there, and in this pocket I always carry a face buff and my woolly hat. Alright, as if you're yomping in somewhere and it's cold and wet when you get there, take off my peak cap, put my woolly hat on, and if the cold's going down my neck, I put my buff on as well. Alright. Trousers. In my trousers, obviously, I have my telephone. I have a little bit of mind tape to put up in case I spot somewhere and I want to make sure I know where that area is going. Okay. And then obviously I've got a spare buff in there as well. Phone I use for navigation, communication, okay, and entertainment. Inside this pocket I have a small, like, it's a thin like towel. It can be used for all sorts, okay, and I have my ferrocerium rod and striker. Map pockets, okay. In the map pocket, in the left hand side one, I always carry my toiletries. Alright, always do. So I've got baby wipes, toilet roll, poo bags, okay, and as you can see I've got a bit of poo toilet roll in there and a bag which I need to dispose of in my rubbish. So obviously I've been to the toilet since I've been out. Most important pocket for me on the right hand side, okay, is my emergency first aid kit. So every time I come out, before I even leave the house, these are in my pockets. So I've got an Israeli bandage. Obviously I've got my keys in there for the car, so I don't lose them. Inside here I've got a mixture of first aid kit. I've got elastoplast, I've got different types of pain relief, I've got blue gloves, okay. And then I have one of these, a tourniquet, sorry. Alright, I carry one of these on my person at all times. The reason why I carry this first aid kit in my pocket, wherever I am, I could be 20, 30, 100 metres, 200 metres away from the base camp, alright, cutting wood. Something could happen with a saw, the axe, the knife. When I'm away from all my kit, what's the point in trying to rush back to your kit to then go through your Bergen to do your first aid on you if it's an emergency and you've cut yourself that bad that you're going to bleed out. So the first thing you need to do is you need to stop that bleeding straight away. So I've got all this kit on me, okay, so I can deal with my own injuries straight away, and then obviously make my way back to base camp if I'm out with Rooney or by myself, okay. And then in my big Bergen I have another first aid kit in there as well. So that's what's on my person, okay. Oh sorry, I forgot, and I've also got a multi-tool on there as well, and then I've got my neck knife down here. Obviously travelling into the location I don't have these knives on us, they're packed away at the bottom of my kit. So let's move on to the webbing. Okay, so this is the Commander's, JJ Commander's webbing. Alright, we'll start with the yoke. On the top I've got a 511 pouch, And inside of here, I'm not going to pull it all out because it's in a dry bag, okay, but I have a sleeping bag in here and a small blowy up pillow. I'm just going to quickly dive in and see what type of stuff I've got. And then I've got this is a chorizo suit from TRC Outdoors, okay, so if I don't want to get out my clothing and I want to jump in my DOS bag, I'm just going to put this over my clothing. It protects my DOS bag. Also, this gets used if it gets really cold as an extra layer. It's a windbreak, and also it keeps you lush and warm. Alright, so that's what I've got in there. Like I say, a blowy up pillow I can feel in there, as you can see. And then I've got my DOS bag, which I'm not going to pull out because I'm not setting up my sleeping system just yet. Like I say, they all go in there. What I do is I put the stuff sack in first, then I push my sleeping bag in, and then I put the other stuff in on the top. And you can see it is a bit of a squeeze, but I can't get them in. I'll just pause the camera while I get this fastened. No, I don't need to actually. So that's it done. So anyway, that's that bit. Obviously the tarp, cordage, I've got like jungle nuts on each corners and in the middles, and then I've brought out 4 pegs and a ridge line. These all go in here. This is the JJ's bum roll. It's got a zip on it. Obviously I've got my spare pegs in there, but I've never used for my setup because some of them are set up against trees. Moving on to the right hand side of it, okay, I've attached a couple of extra little bits for myself. So in here I've got attached a magazine pouch, and inside of here I have my Snug Pack my Snug Pack Special Forces bivvy bag. That gets pushed in upside down. Commander's pouch. In here I have a ground sheet. This is off the L.N.T 1, it's the ground sheet, okay, it's nice and light. Inside of here, obviously I'm not going to pull it all out. In here I've got a spare set of gloves, my lighter because I forgot to pack it in there, so I put it in here. And in there I've got a softy jacket, and I'm not going to pull it all out. I think it's just a softy jacket in there, spare pair of socks, the lighter and the ground sheet. Moving along, I've attached another magazine pouch, alright, and as you've seen before, the silky pocket boy. And then I've brought out a different knife. This is just a little basic knife just in case I need it, but I don't think I will. Alright, and this is a knife I got given off Al Robertson. If you're watching, thank you very much. Angolian Arms knife. It's actually a full tang. It's quite a good knife actually. If this is getting boring, I'll put time on and you can take it away so you're not watching all my stuff. In here I've got a British Army BCP cup, plastic cup, water bottle. The next pouch I've got all my rations. So I've got British Army rations, okay, main meals, and then I've got all the brew kits and little snacks and things in there. The next pouch I have in here a little tiny stove, British Army stove, okay, with the these little things here, okay, fire dragon gels. And then I have 2 drinks of Jack Daniels. This bottle here, I've got another bottle of water on the side of this here. I have a new stove, okay, this is from Outdoor Gear Essentials. We'll be taking a look at this later on. It's dead light, fits in a little magazine pouch, perfect. I'm just going to leave my alcoholic drinks out and that little stove out as well. I'm going to use the gel off there to get the fire going, I think. Moving on to 2 magazine pouches, alright. Inside of here I have my airbed. Okay, we'll look at that later on. And a set of waterproof bottoms. In the small pouch here, I've got some cordage. Okay, so that's basically the whole of me stuff that I've brought. Now, I did tell you that I had brought this, which is a British Army magazine pouch, carry pouch. Put it strap over your handle, over your shoulders. It's got magazine pouches on there. It's got a big dump pouch on here as well. And inside of here, all I've got is all my electrical gear, which I'll just quickly show you. Obviously, some of it's already out because I'm using lighting equipment and things. Okay, and it's just a freezer bag. And in there, I've got like spare bits and pieces like cables and that, spare batteries, my radio, things for taking photographs, charging stuff, a head torch, some smidge, not smidge, some midgy tablets for me Flextail gear mini thing, and a spare battery for me big light. Obviously power bank and cable, which I've been using to charge stuff up, and that's it. Oh, there's a little couple of carrier bags in there for rubbish if I need them, and that's it. Okay, is it? No, it's not, sorry, I tell a lie. I just moved these out. This is another bit of kit that I'm going to be talking about later on, a hand warmer kit I've been sent out. And I've got my smidge, my midge net, my glasses. This came out with my electrical box actually, my toothpaste and toothbrush, and that's it. So that's all my kit. Next time you see me, I'm going to be sitting with my backrest on, chilling out, having a Jack Daniels, and then we'll be thinking about getting some fire going. Alright, so I hope that was a little bit interesting, just to show you what I've got. Obviously, Decathlon tarp, I can't remember the name of it. If I can remember it, I'll put it up on the screen. And one little bit of me little mat for putting on the ground. That's it. Alright. Hope that didn't go on too long. Now I've got to tidy all this up, y'all. See you in a bit. Right, well, welcome back everybody. Time's a ticking now, like it's now 7 o'clock at night. It's pitch black. So I think it's time to have a look at the new wood burn stove I've got. Okay, and I've already poured myself a Jack Daniels, so cheers everybody. I just forgot to turn the camera on. Oh, absolutely nectar of the gods, that. I know I say that every time, but there's a difference in the taste when you come to drink Jack Daniels to like vodka and that. I love drinking Jack Daniels when I'm outdoors, but when I'm in the house I like drinking vodka. But anyway, it's yeah. So anyway, I got sent a stove by a gentleman called Colin from Outdoor Gear Essentials. So this is it here, okay, and as you can see, it's a small little tube. It's very, very light, compact, okay, and I'm looking forward to testing this out. Now, I don't know all the statistics of it, the weight, the dimensions and all that, okay, but you'll find all that in the description below. I might tie some little figures up on the screen as I'm speaking, but it comes with actually a sticker on. Okay, hopefully you can make that out on the actual screen. Okay, it's got a hard plastic container. Now it says to open carefully, so I'm going to keep a hold of that. And it's got like one half there. Take the other half up. It's like a cracker. It's got things inside of it. So obviously it comes with 2 pegs and an idiot's guide. So we're just going to put them down there. I'm just going to let this unravel nice and gently. Okay, because I don't want to cut my hands. I should have gloves on really, because it is very fine bits of metal. Okay, so it looks like it's got like a bit of a base plate. That's got lugs on, so we'll just push that like so. Oh, it's just come out. It's got to push down. So that must be like a base plate. Yeah, so that puts that together. And then obviously this, it's got, as you can see, lots of little holes in it. Lots of little things here that's pushed through. Obviously that's to give you different levels of stuff. Loads of little holes for ventilation, big holes and even littler holes. and then it's got these lugs. It's got 3 lugs on the one end, and then it's got the other ones here where you push them through. So let's have a look. It is a bit fiddly and could be a little bit dodgy when you're not wearing gloves. Right, you've got to push that so it goes right at the edge, and fold them in, and then you've got your main circle area done. Let's turn it that way, and we'll put the ones that so goes down the bottom. That'll give you a nice bigger. Oh, that seems better. So anyway, at the base goes at the bottom there. It's got a little bit of a gap from the bottom of the actual stove to the ground, so that'll stop all the heat going to the ground, and then it gives you a nice big bucket inside there as well. Okay, so I suppose the other lugs, it brings it higher up, so I suppose if you want to have like a mess burner in or something, or just have a very, very small fire. I don't know. These pegs here, I'm assuming that they go through these little tiny holes and go across. Okay, like so. Probably put them in better like, but to put if you've got a pot and the pot goes inside so it rests on them too and it doesn't drop all the way through. But anyway, that's having a quick look of it. I should have read these, but 9 times out of 10 ex-squatties or squatties don't read these, they just bin them. So anyway, I'm going to put this to one side. I'm going to get another drink of Jack Daniels, and then I'm going to get some wood over this side and we'll get the fire going and we'll see how this holds up. Okay, and the instructions will probably go in the fire as well. Cheers, Colin, mate. I really do appreciate you sending it. Alright, I said I would be truthful to him when I messaged him, and I will be. Okay, if I think something's crap and I'm looking at it on my channel, I won't try and tell you to buy it. Okay, so the proof will be in the pudding when we start having a little fire in it, and I hope it works, because it's the only thing I've got to have a fire in tonight. Not that it's that cold actually, it's just wet. But anyway, right, well, as you can see by the time lapse, I've just been sitting here chilling out. Obviously every now and again I've got to pick up a stick and just shove it back in. Just make sure the embers don't go too far away from the fire. And the ground's damp in any way. I've checked it all. I wouldn't be having an unsafe fire in this location, you know. But anyway, yeah, I'm quite impressed with this stove now. As I was fitting it together, I thought it was quite flimsy, quite bit of a pain to get together, but actually it's held up really well. I've been hiding in loads of bits of stick, like normal bits, some thick bits like this, and just little bits of branches off what I cut off the trees to put my setup up. Obviously it's got a little bit of moss on, which I like in any way, because it gives off a little bit of smoke. It comes back into the shelter a little bit now and again, which pushes all the mozzies away. I've got the light going on up there just to keep them away from me, and yeah, everything's hunky donkey dory. The only thing there isn't, I wish I had bought 3 Jack Daniels instead of just the 2, because the first one's just about gone. That's it, that's the first one gone, and it's only 20 to 9. Oh well, that's not too bad. So I've been munching on some chili peanuts from out of the British Army ration pack, and I tell you what, they were bloody nice. Like, I've still got about half a packet left. And for my meal tonight, I'm not really sure what I think I might have brought a curry or something. I'm not really sure. But as you can see, I've got a pile of sticks here. I've went and snapped up all the branches that I've cut off the trees and everything. I've still got absolutely tons of wood there, far too much, as normal. It's only a little fire, so I'm only burning a tiny little bit of wood at a time. It's not mega cold. This is giving off a nice little bit of ambient lighting, and it's giving off a nice little bit of heat. So yeah, I am impressed with it so far. For the size of it, for the weight of it, and how it goes together, it's holding up bloody well. And also what I think it is, it holds a nice bed of embers in the bottom as well. So yeah, really good. So anyway, what I might do is I might actually try cooking me ration pack meal on there as well. So obviously I'll be using the two little pegs to go through, make it a bit narrower, and then see if I can fit the BCP cup inside of it with some water and what do you call it. It might not work because I think the flames might be too high, and I've got to constantly feed it as well. But we'll see if it works. If it doesn't, I can take it off and I can cook it on the British Army Dragonfire little stove that I've brought as well. But yeah, other than that, happy days, chilling out, listening to some 80s music, having a drink, munching on some munchies, and watching the fire burn. Right, well, hi everybody, it's getting a bit late now, so I'm going to try and get some food on the go. It's nearly 11 o'clock at night. I just didn't realise how quick the day had went. So I'm just trying to balance these little pins on here. Now I'm going to put my BC cup on, my army cup on. I'm just going to hold a torch on a second. It might blind you out from the camera, but I'm going to take that off, lid off, and I've got here a vegetable chicken pea curry. I'm just going to put that in like that, and then I'm going to add some water. Oh, without hitting the actual fire. Ooh, that was lucky. And then what I'm going to do is, the water I've got in there, I use to make myself a hot chocolate as well. So yeah, so I've got that curry on the go, and I've got this hot chocolate as well to use. Alright, hopefully you can pick this up on the light on the camera. I've got my cup here, ready to go. Right, well, as you're seeing in this little time lapse there, I've just went and set my bed up, which is here. I've got my stove on the go here. It is boiling away. It's been boiling away for quite a while. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to take my cup off. I'm going to take my meal out of there and just put that on them twigs. I'm going to take these two little pins out, stick them in the ground so I know where they are, and then I'm just going to firstly get my chocolate powder. Now these are rationed for army personnel. This is an army cup, so the full lot will go in there. I'll just put all the rubbish in there and I'll burn that actually, because it'll just burn. Put my glove back on so I can pick some water up, and then all the water I've used for that will go into there, so nothing's getting wasted, is it? Give that a good stir, and I've got a nice hot chocolate there now to drink. Lovely jubbly. Now the only thing that's going to be missing from this hot chocolate is some Baileys. Now these bags here, what I normally do is I turn them on the sides, and then I get my little neck knife out and I can get into it. And instead of cutting it from the top up over so your spoon's gone dead deep, oh, that's hot. Let's cut it from here. That can go on the fire. Let's clean the blade and put that away. And I've got my little chicken, what's it? A vegetarian chickpea brain or whatever now, whatever it is, and anyway, it's some sort of curry. Bit of hot chocolate on there, right? But that's no worries. That's scorchio. I'll tell you what, that's nice. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but that's really nice. It's got lots of little bits of goodness in it. That's actually burning the inside of me lungs. So I'm just going to put the firewood back on, get the fire going a little bit, and I'm going to sit back, relax, enjoy this, listen to some more tunes, drink me hot chocolate, and I'm going to get cleaned up, and I'm going to make sure that fire is out, and then I'm jumping in that DOS bag, and I'll see you in the morning. Right, well, that's me in my pit. As you're seeing on the time lapse, I've set it all up. I'm on top of the Lancashire 1 ground sheet. Then I've got my Snug Pack Special Forces bivvy bag, my Firefly mountain equipment, I think it is. Let's have a look, see what it says. Yeah, mountain equipment, sleeping bag. I've had this for a few years now, it's really, really nice. And then underneath this I've got my Nemo Tensor regular mummy insulation mat. And then I've got a Trekology blow your pillow, which I've never used for ages, but just to keep that little extra bit of warmth tonight, I've got this here to test out. This is a new hand warmer, and it's by, let's have a quick look, it's by it's Union Series Twin 2s. It's by Ocoopa. I've put it up on the screen, and I've got this sent out. And what I like about this, it's different to any other hand warmer I've seen. It's magnetic, and it comes in 2 parts. Both parts of these actually uses with charging units as well, so you can charge your phones and bits and pieces of them. And it's got little thing on there. And as you can see, it's got little blue batteries. I haven't charged it up since I got it, and it's still got power on it. Alright, so instead of having 1 unit like so, you get 2, and it heats up. Yeah, I can feel them heating up now. So that's ideal. It's not big and bulky. Comes with 2 separate charging cables, and this is where you do your charging and plug it in the bigger end and it'll give you a power bank. Alright, so I don't know much more about them other than I know that they heat up really nicely, they fit perfect in your hands. Alright, so if you're interested in any of these, for obviously the cooler nights are coming in now, alright, and I think they work absolutely tremendous. This one here, I think this one's just died on us because I was playing about with them earlier on, but this one here is lush and warm like. Oh, that one's starting to heat up now as well. So yeah, really good. So if you're interested in these, have a check of the link below. That's the size of them, not too big, and also like I say, they're magnetic, so you can part them and use one in one hand and one in the other hand. Alright, or put them down your socks or wherever you want to put them. Anyway, that's the hand warmers I've been sent. Very different, and I'm glad I said yes to that because they will come in handy. Right, now I'm going to get my head down because it is late. It's 12:30 at night. I've just really enjoyed myself lying on the floor there in my little backrest next to the fire, listening to some music. Had a lovely hot chocolate and the ration pack was nice as well. But anyway, it's time for me to say adios because I'm just waffling and I'm tired. Alright, so see you in the morning. I'm going to put these in my sleeping bag. Keep me even warmer. See you in the morning.
Right, well, good morning everybody. I've been away off and on for the last couple of hours. It's now nearly 7:30. Rain's kicked in again. That's been hit and missy all night as well. But yeah, not a bad night at all. Sat up till about 12:30 last night. Listened to some tunes, had the fire going, and I've still got absolutely tons of wood left. So it's nice and dry. I'm not going to have a fire this morning. I think I'm just going to cook on the using the dragon fire and stove. So I'll keep that under the tarp as long as I can. Find some way of stashing it in case I come back to this area. And make a quick makeshift little shelter, lean-to shelter with some moss on top. Put it underneath, it should be okay, stay dry. And yeah, let's take that head torch off my heat. But yeah, not a bad night at all. Canny comfortable on here, didn't slide at anything. I actually got very, very warm. I've had this on my face. This is just to stop anything going in my ears, my nose and my mouth really. But it was warm having it on. I left me little green fleecy top on and I'm in my boxer shorts. But actually I've slept like this half the night, like with the sleeping bag open and the bivy bag. So I woke up absolutely sweating. But yeah, not a bad night. I can hear the winds picking up a little bit out there as well, but there's no trees swaying or anything in here, so that's alright. But as you can see, it's still a little bit dark. This is a dark tarp at any rate. Oh, excuse me. So, you know, it doesn't let much light through. But anyway, I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to get myself up, get dressed, get some kits sorted out and that, and get a brew on the go and have a British Army all-day breakfast. Yep, that's what I'm going to have. And then get packed up, and then I think I might go for a little recce to a couple of other areas, check them out, plot them on the map, and use them for future reference. So I'll see you in a little bit.
Well, that's me all packed away. The only thing I've got left up is me tarp and me cooking stuff, and obviously me camera and that. But the first thing I want to talk about is this here. from Outdoor Gear Essentials. This is the little stove that he sent us, Colin, and I don't know if the ground that you can pick it up on the ground. I'm just going to move my camera down a second. So as you can see, there's a tiny little indent there into the ground, but there's no major damage whatsoever. That'll easily fill up. I'll just put loads of stuff in it, and that's it. Looks as good as new. Okay, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty that out first, because I want to have a look and see how much actual charcoal and leftovers left. There we go. That's it. That practically, I've got a little bit of paper in there that I burnt last night. Obviously the foil bits never burned. Basically that's the fire there, all done. This little bit here will go on that plate because that'll go in my bin bag, and that's about it really. Coals all nice and gone, nice. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scatter them all nice and cold. Oh, that's proper blowback on, is that? Put it that way. And then let's get some of this growth here. There you go. Leave no trace. Obviously that little bit of paper will go down there next to my stuff so I can pick it up later. So yeah, there's not much damage done to that at all. Alright, so all I'm going to do is unfold that, unfold this, and as you can see inside it's not too bad. Quick little wipe, and you've got your two little pegs there, and that goes inside of here. So I definitely recommend using gloves when you're rolling these up, okay, because it is little bits of sharp metal. Alright, let's give it a good roll. Because obviously I'm not making a fire. Alright, I'm just going to put that into there like so. Keep pressing on that so it doesn't open up. Put the pegs in. I'll put my instructions back in. I didn't burn them last night. And put that top bit back on. Just to buckle a little bit. And there we go. That's that stove done. So Outdoor Gear Essentials by Colin. Colin, thank you very much for sending this. Okay, let's turn the camera up a bit. Colin, thank you very much for sending this. I really enjoyed using it. It's very light, compact. It makes a decent stove when you're sat as a single person underneath a small bivvy and having the fire close to you. It was good for cooking on, it was good for heat, and it didn't burn that much wood in it all night, as you can see by me wood pile. Obviously I always do a lot of extra wood just in case, and it never made much damage to the ground as I showed you before there. I don't know why I'm uncovering it because you can't really see it on the camera, but yeah. Outdoor Gear Essentials, go and check the links below, okay, and in the description, and go and support a local British company that's trying to get out there in the outdoors community. All right, I've seen a lot of stuff getting put on other channels by Colin, and he's got some good kit, reasonable prices as well, cheap prices on some things. He does tents, tarps, ground sheets, all sorts of stuff, everything you could think of. Okay, so go and check him out. Cracking bloke, cracking company, and yeah, I like that. I've had a couple of bits off him in the past, all right, and I've really enjoyed his kit that he sent out, and I know a lot of people that actually buy from him as well. Right, so as you can see, we've got the British Army BCB fuel burner, and that's what the lads use, carrying the weapon. Well, most of them these days carry jet boils, to be quite honest. So inside here you get this, it's a little windbreak. So all you do is you just pull these up, that slots into there like so, okay, and then pull that down, and it gives you the right angle as well, okay, for to place your cup on, which I'll demonstrate now. So that's perfect there for putting a cup on. Alright, obviously once I've got the fuel in, that'll stay there. Now I've seen people do this and put the plastic in as well. Don't put the plastic in, because it melts into your, what do you call it. Now this here, it's just basically a gel, and it's also got like loads of alcohol rub in it. It's basically like the alcohol gel that you use for cleansing your hands, what the type you use all the time. Okay, so don't worry about touching it. Now I've got a half there from last night, and I've got a one here that I'm going to put in. Okay, now you don't have to mash it up or anything. I've got one spare, and just get a flame on it, and that's it. Straight away that lights up. Now I'm going to do something that I see people doing and I can't understand why they do it. Is put the cups on. I'm going to put the handles the other way, because the flames are coming up this side, because obviously the wind's coming towards me this morning. I'm going to put a little bit of water in, and then I've got this here, British Army all day breakfast. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold it up into a little ball, place that into the water I've already put in, and obviously because I'm going to make a cup of tea with this as well, I'm just going to fill it right up and let that boil away. So there's 1.5 of them tablets in there, and then obviously I've got my plastic mug, which I'll put my brew kit in from out of the brew kit bag. And I've got a spork, plastic spork. What we've got here, white sugar, whitener. Tea bag, another whitener. We need some more sugars, and a couple of more sugars. Alright, so there you go, that's my brew kit, that's me food. I'll bring us back in a bit. Right, well that took 16 minutes to boil, and it's took about 19 minutes for the 1.5 tabs of fuel to burn out. So just let it burn out, and now I'm going to test and see whether my water's hot enough and my food's hot enough. Well, my water's definitely hot enough for a brew. Alright, so I'm just going to take this off the stove, and as you can see inside the stove, alright, there's nothing left apart from a couple of little marks. So I'll just let that cool down, take my food out, give it a bit of a shake, put it down the side there, and then obviously I've got my brew kit in there already, so that gives me a nice 3/4 full of water in there for a decent brew. Take these gloves off now, and we're just going to see how strong is this Army tea bag. Obviously it's got a little draw core on it. I'm not going to use that, I'm just going to use it with a spoon. It's not looking like the strongest of tea bags, to be quite honest. I've never had a British Army tea bag for ages. They used to be really poor, like when we used to use them. But again, when I first started having ration packs, it come in tins. You didn't get the little bags, and boiling the bags, and that was all tins of bloody meat and biscuits and curry. But the curry was nice, like, actually, and the bacon, tinned bacon. Oh, lovely jubbly. But anyway, that's the tea done. It's got a reasonable colour. I put 2 milks in, 3 sugars. But, let's get the camera pointed round a little bit next to where the chair's going to be. Get my knife out. Put my seat back to where it belongs. I'll just leave me brew here. Let's have a look, see if this breakfast, oh, it feels nice and warm, that. I'm actually going to have to put a glove on. Just going to get my knife. Instead of opening it from the rip ties that you've got there, it's best to shake it on its side, squeeze everything down, and then just get a knife and just cut the top off it. Alright, so what happens is, put that to one side, put the knife to one side. It gives you a nice open bag, alright, and also you aren't sticking your hand right into the bottom of the bag and getting the stuff all over the top of your spork and on your hand. So in here, full English breakfast, as I can see, it's got a lot of goodness in it. Like, let's just put the screen on something, make sure that you can see it. Okay, looking in the bag there, you can see like there's big chunks of sausage, bacon, beans. Alright, so let's get this bit here. So that looks like a bit of sausage there and a little bit of bacon as well. Not hot. It's tasty as well. Oh, god damn, that is really hot. So yeah, using 1.5 of them dragon fires done the job to get a boil and to make me food lovely and warm. Alright, so it took about 17 minutes, like I say, and about the fuel lasted about 19, say 20 minutes maximum. So that's 1.5 of them, enough to make a brew and a boil the bag. Happy days. Right, I'm going to sit back, relax and enjoy this, and I'll catch you in a bit. See you later. Right, well, that's me all packed and ready to go. Weapons already on. Okay, it is light is out compared to what it was when I come, and it was even light then. But anyway, it's great to come out with minimum kit, not carrying a big massive burden on my back full of all sorts like what me and Rooney do nearly every time we come out. And I've enjoyed coming out with basic kit because it's made the walk-in a lot easier. I've covered a lot more miles in a shorter period of time as well. But anyway, as always, when coming into the woods, if not building anything, leave no trace as best we can. Okay, so there you go. That's the area where I slept. I've got a pile of wood left over, obviously from the backrest I made and firewood. So what I've done is I've found 2 trees next to each other, as you can see, and I've piled it in there. If it's there the next time I come, happy days. If I don't come back to this area, it's not going to cause a problem, because actually what it's going to do now, it's creating like a little habitat for little insects and things like that, and over a period of time that'll break down, and anyway, alright, and it'll be a great little home for all the little insects running around. Okay, so it's not causing any bother, and that's it, apart from a cut stump, a bit of wood leaning up against a tree, but as I look around, there's loads of trees leaning over all over the place in here. All my rubbish is in me pouch on the webbing, so all I have to do now is just pick up my camera kit, put these cameras away, and then walk out. So thank you very much everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. Okay, if you like this video, please give it a like, comment and subscribe if not already subscribed. Also, there'll either be a name pop up on the screen for the next winner of Rooney's Fire Doofers. Also, there was a winner announced on a community post for the head torch giveaway. If you haven't seen that video from last week, sorry, the post from last week, go on my page, look at my community posts and have a look and see if you're the winner. If you do not notify me that you are the winner, okay, by the next video, so it'll be a week after this video, I will draw another name and that person will be the next winner. Okay, so thanks everybody for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you on the next one. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but I'm sure I'll be out soon. See you later.